welcome. I'm here this morning with Cameron Gall on September the 14th, 2022. And we're going to do an update today. And Cameron, we got a lot to talk about. So let's start off with good news, the Carleton Cup.
Yeah, it was great. It feels like it's Victory Wednesday here, celebrating all of our team wins. And Carleton Cup team, they were incredible. They put up 60 points,
Man.
and it was about 50% more than the second place team. So they dominated. I mean, our list here of our great members that played so well and scored 6 points: Kevin Lemenchuk, Terry Kuzma, Stu Whiteman, back this year on the team, 6 points, won all his matches. Ken Watson in his first year, he's a rookie, he's the youngster on the team. David Wright and Yvonne Dallaire. So unbelievably well played. The trophy weighs about 542 pounds. You have to be excited to lift it, celebrate as a team, and it was great to have the other clubs here, Rockland, Nudaway, Cornwall. So and great prime rib after. So kudos to the chef, food and beverage team. The atmosphere, it's a little bit more camaraderie than the regular intersectionals. It was a really cool dinner that they had afterwards. Yeah. The gents had a blast.
Well, just a little history note on the Carleton Cup. It is the forerunner of the intersectionals. It was Bernard Turner Davis who initially got this idea and got these clubs together, and they had an inter club tournament, and before you know it, the OVGA was involved, and now it's one of the biggest club event in the city with the OVGA run. So kudos to Carleton for starting this whole thing and keeping this private one going, this Carleton Cup going, because it is a fun event. I've played in them before, and you're right, there's a lot of camaraderie, and you get to know the courses because you're always playing against the same teams, Hawkesbury, Rockland, and Cornwall. They rotate the event, so I don't know where it's going next year, but you get to know them.
Yeah, we're off to Hawkesbury next year to defend, so
good
that'll
stuff.
Be great.
That is wonderful. Another big win for the senior women's.
Yeah, the victories rolled on. I was at Metcalf just briefly yesterday, and man, they did well to battle through those conditions. It was raining a lot. There was lightning in the forecast, but it never really arrived, so they kept playing, and they won by a single point on Metcalf's home soil. So kudos to the ladies, great job, tremendous, led by, we had one member win all their matches, Emma Stottle, so congrats to Emma. She was playing in the 2 spot, but to win by 1, and we're moving up into the D division, right? So I think back to where we should be. I think we can climb up to maybe even B or C. There's some great ladies on the team, and it's good. I think we'll continue to move upwards.
Well, Cam, just before you came on, I interviewed Daphne Whiteman, and she talked about the senior intersectionals. And again, that was another Carleton initiative, and again done the same way. When the OVGA refused to listen and have this thing, Carleton got together 4 clubs, had a senior intersectional, and wow, next year, guess what? It becomes an OVGA event. So once again, Carleton leading the way in terms of getting these intersectionals going. And if you haven't, listen to Daphne's interview. It's a wonderful tribute to one of our most precious members, Brenda Buck, and you'll really enjoy that interview. Okay, on Saturday we had the Quinn Hoffman. My partner and I, Tony Adams, had a tale of 2 cities. We didn't do well on the front 9, and we lit it up on the back, but it was not nearly enough. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, and thanks for joining us for that event, John. It's always a neat tradition, 2-man event, better ball, traditional better ball event, and pace of play was good this year. We sometimes see a 5-hour round, which we never want, but it was 4.5 and less for most of our groups, which was great, and close scores at the top. We had a few 63s, 162 come in, and there was a chip in on 18. We found out afterwards by David Zito. David Zito and Antonio Martino. They won shooting 62. A great round, and what a way to claim victory.
Yeah, a chip in.
Probably about a 6 or 7 handicap, so clearly wasn't having a great hole, but he chipped in a nice little 20-footer to take the title.
Well, great win there. Okay, so those are the events that have taken place. What's coming up? I think 9 and Dine.
Yeah, coming up we have another 9 and Dine on Saturday. It's been really well subscribed. Some community members involved in that, so that'll be great to host on Saturday. And the events keep coming. On Sunday, the women are hosting their annual Solheim Cup matches. So
Wow.
Canada versus Europe, and all female members can sign up for that. And we hope to see a lot of women out for the Solheim. And following that, we have the women's interclub here at the club at Carleton on Monday. So there'll be the teams getting ready for that. And Tuesday we have one of our largest outside events of the season. Costco's here, which is it's a great one to host. There'll be a few extra cart rentals in to facilitate that event, and they're a little bit challenging to come by this year, but we've got all the preparation, the nice buffet breakfast for Costco, and it'll be good to have that on Tuesday.
That's got to be one of the biggest tournaments in Ottawa, because I know it's huge. Like we couldn't get on till 3:30, and so it's a huge tournament, and good for Carleton to get some exposure, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day for them.
Definitely. That is, you mentioned the other clubs in the city. It is one of our few set events that, we like to be involved in. We try to host a lot of corporates on Mondays, but Costco has to be on Tuesday because it coincides with other groups that are playing in Ottawa at other golf courses.
Right. Yeah. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the league closings.
Yeah, league closings are coming up, so we just encourage everybody to plan for those and look ahead. Our first closing of the season will be the Honey Pot closing on September the 25th. So please check the online calendar, right? Whether it's the ladies league and men's league, all the dates are on there, and you can reach out to all the conveners for any questions you might have.
And and I'll be speaking to men's league closing in my update to the men, but it is on October 1st, and I believe that link is up. Ken, thank you very much. Beautiful Wednesday so far. Let's hope it holds out, and we've been hopefully get some nice fall weather. The course is looking beautiful. You were going to talk a little bit about the sand bunkers and things like that.
Yes, as many have probably noticed, we are progressing. A lot of the sand is in the bunkers. Joel is still working towards getting the right amount of sand and making sure it's tamped. So he does have a little bit of work to finalize those before they're open. Managing the new bluegrass sod around as well, just making sure that everything's rooted and protected. A little bit damp out there, but he's still doing some work as he puts in the sand. They're looking great.
I got to tell you something. It does change the way you play the hole, because knowing that that's out of
ground under repair.
Ground under repair. Yeah. You can aim for it, because if you go in, you're going to get a drop. So it helps on 14, because if you get it close enough to the green, you can actually drop it no closer to the hole, but you're in nice short grass. So it's I'm ruining the day when we're going to have to play out of that stuff, but they are amazing. And that 13th hole, I think, is framed so nicely now. It's a tough hole. Getting over that trap on the right is going to be my bane. I've got to learn a new shot. I may need to take some lessons.
Anytime, that's what we're here for, Chuck, for sure.
Thank you very much. And until next week, we'll see you then. Play well.